Vande Mataram students. Now we are moving to chapter number 5, that is New Way of Business. Mainly in this chapter we are going to learn about e-business and outsourcing. These are two emerging ways in modern day business is done, and in future these two sectors, two ways rather than, are going to be dominated in the way business is done. This chapter is your last chapter for your top 1 portion. Now, your generation is a generation which is very familiar with business kind of thing. Amazon, Zomato, IRCTC are not new thing for you. But just interact with your parents, your elder cousins, or your elder brother, sister. Before few years ago, you cannot imagine something like Zomato. Before few years ago, you cannot imagine something like Amazon. Now, IRCTC, a very commonly used e-business app, is only few decades, only I think 1 decade ago invention. Before 15, 16 years ago, no one would think that we can book our railway tickets, air tickets by sitting in our office or at our home, or be it at our home, right? Now you do not need to wait for a long time in long queue at railway station. And your generation might not be aware about that thing also. That's in past, not only in past, only few years ago. We had to book ticket from the railway ticket counter the way we are doing booking at cinema hall. In fact, that also you can do it through app nowadays. So now this emerging way of business is e-business. What we are going to learn in this thing? We're going to learn about e-business. We are going to learn about e-business versus e-commerce. Scope of e-business in modern world. Online transaction. E-business risk. Resources required for successful e-business implementations. What is outsourcing meaning? Features of outsourcing, scope of outsourcing, need of outsourcing, and what are our concerns about that thing. In outsourcing, we are going to learn mainly about BPO. Now, when we talk about e-business, you need to understand e-business refers to a carrying on business activity through internet in simple way. Okay? You can purchase anything from the internet. You can order anything through internet, right? You receive delivery and you can do the payment also by sitting at your home on the internet. Now for e-business, certain things are very important. If you want to establish your e-business, there has to be something called business intelligence, customer relationship management, supply chain management, enterprise resource management, e-commerce, online activities between business, collaboration among that, electronic transfer within the firm. All these things you will learn when you will go, or even you move ahead for your higher studies, mainly at the college level. Here we are going to get a basic idea about e-business. Now first let us learn what is difference between e-business and e-commerce. E-business is more inclusive term than e-commerce. Okay? E-commerce always refers with the firm's interaction with its customers and its supplier all over the internet. E-business is apart from e-commerce. E-commerce is definitely there in e-business, but includes all over the electronic connected business activities such as inventory management, production product development, accounting, finance, etc. Okay. Now, what is e-commerce and what is e-business? E-commerce is business buying office supply through the online auction. Withdrawing funds from an ATM is also a business. If you're purchasing book over the internet, that is a business. Amazon se mangwa liya, right? A government employee or anybody rather than here, they've given this example. Reserve a hotel room over the internet, that is e-commerce. A business is e-commerce plus. It also production process including procurement, ordering, automated stock replenishment, payment processing, and other links with business owners to its supplier. Customer processing including marketing, selling, processing of order, payments, everything through the e-mode, that is electronic. Management processes including employee service, training, information sharing, everything comes under that. Now, scope of e-business. It can be understood by the viewpoint of the parties involved into the transactions. Now, different parties are involved into different kind of transactions. First is B2B commerce. That is business to business commerce. It is that activity in which two firms or two business units make electronic transactions. Now, for example, one can be producer firm and other can be a supplier firm. Here, direct customer is not involved. Okay, understand? In B2B commerce, direct customer is not, end user of that product is not involved into this. Here is one manufacturer who is making ready-made garment. He published that thing on online platform for the wholesaler, not for the customers. Different kind of online platforms are there for wholesalers. Now, one who is sitting in Vapi, who is wholesaler, he gave order to him, right? And you went to his shop to purchase. That's a different story. Now, this transaction between wholesaler and a business organization is known as B2B type of e-business. Clear about that? Let's move to the next one. Next one is B2B, B2C commerce. That is business to customer. Now, here one party is a firm and one party is a customer. Okay. On one hand, customer. Now we are talking about mainly industrial thing. Okay. We are not consider ourselves over here. This applies to us also. But we are learning on the larger countries. Okay. Here, a customer can seek information through the internet about products, place order, get some item, make payments. And firm can get a survey about what to buy, how to buy, and what is the satisfaction level of customer. Let me give one example of automobile company. Let us take example of Audi car. Okay. Now, Hyundai car, Hyundai car, local manufacturing center is at Pune. Now, Hyundai parts, a car require so many parts, right? Everything that Hyundai unit is not going to make. They require nut bolts, they require handle, they require glass rolling thing, they require press button for that. This small kind of inventory item. What they do? They want to purchase all these things in the bulk because they, for one car, they might be required more than 500 nut bolts. What they are going to do it? They are going to surf through the internet. They are going to find out who is going to supply this thing, who is going to supply as per their quality, who is going to supply as per their payment terms and conditions. Everything is done through internet, understand? Okay? And they contact that person through the internet. That person who is manufacturing press button, okay, is going to send a sample. That company, the one which is making press button. If that sample is approved by Hyundai, then they are going to place order. Now that press button manufacturing may not be near to Pune. It might be at China, it might be at Taiwan, it might be at Gurgaon, it might be at Vapi also. We don't know that. Okay. right? And with the, in given stipulated time, they deliver that but price budget. And payment is done through the internet. So this is business to customer. Here Hyundai is a customer. For the business purpose, they require small components. Okay, this is second scope of e-business. Now we are coming to third, that is intra-b-commerce. Now, even in the same business, okay, there are different departments, and they coordinate through the internet. There are marketing department, there is a finance department, there is a manufacturing department. So when we are talking about intra-business, we need to understand that we are talking about two departments of one firm. Okay. Now suddenly marketing department, they are traveling continuously all over the world. And assume about one chemical company, and marketing department person is at UK, and they got zinc oxide order, right? But they want certain percentage of zinc in that zinc oxide. So what that marketing person is going to do? He's going to take next day flight and going to come to India, and go, next day he will go to his factory and place that order. No. From London only he can contact his zinc oxide manufacturing unit at Vapi and inform that, look, our customer at London, they want 29% zinc in zinc oxide. We'll be able to manufacture it. If companies, manufacturing units say yes, then please send a sample. Manufacturing unit will send sample over there. That sample will approve at UK, and the UK party will give order to marketing person over there. That marketing person at UK will transfer that order to the Vapi manufacturing unit. Here, transit of people is not going to happen. Everything is going to happen through the internet. Okay? Placing orders, giving instruction to supplier, communication of information, even recruitment, selection, training of employee. Nowadays, we as a teacher also are taking lots of training through this e-medium, electronic medium. Even our own director, Priti ma'am, conducts meeting through the Zoom. What is that? That is intra-b-commerce. Okay? Among our business, we are using this kind of thing. I hope this point is clear to you. Then there is another thing, that is C2C. That is customer to customer. Now here, under both the parties involved are customer. You might be aware about OLX and eBay. आपकी तो generation ही वही है. Right? If I'm having one old telephone and I want to sell it, okay, I can put it on OLX. I don't have any other big shop or second-hand phone business. No. I just want fed up with this and I want to sell it. I put it on OLX and somebody else wants to buy it. He or she may contact me, and thus my phone will be transferred from myself. Ownership of my phone will be transferred from me to that person. That is not C2C business. The next is C2B, that is customer to business. Rather than we use here word consumer. Now you are aware about that. It's so many times we need to do complaint, not the complaint, through the internet. If you are having washing machine at home, if it is LG's washing machine and there is some problem into that, what you are going to do? You are going to launch complaint online with the LG. And that's customer service center of LG might be at Gurgaon, which is almost 900 kilometers away from your place, or might be at Bangalore, which is again 600 kilometers away from your place. But from that customer service department, that complaint will be transferred to the local agents, those who are doing repairing work and other things. Okay, so most of the call center is like C2B type of commerce. We will learn more about call center when we will move ahead in this chapter. Then there is B2E commerce, that is business to employee commerce. Personal recruitment, interview, selection, training, everything nowadays business people do through the internet. Now it's very easy to give interview through the Zoom application or any this kind of video application, right? It's very easy for employee to take training from this. But this is new normal thing you need to understand. The COVID has so many limitations, many limitations. But one thing which is very important over here is that it has given boost to this kind of e-business in certain sector, mainly teaching and so many other, even personal recruitment, even interview selection, training, right? So many things. Clear about this? Now we are moving to next thing, and that is what is difference between e-business and traditional business. We all are very well aware about traditional business, so nothing more we need to do learn about that. Okay. First is formation. Obviously, traditional business require lots of difficulties. So many formalities you need to fulfill, while e-business is very easy to start. Here in traditional business, you have to communication is tough, hierarchical structure you need to follow, top to bottom, bottom to follow. Here it's not like that, no defined structure. Startup cost in traditional business is heavy, while in e-business it is relatively less. Market access, here is traditional business is a physical domain. उससे आगे वो नहीं हो सकता. Well, in e-business it's not like that. Access is comparatively wide and unlimited. We are coming to benefits of e-business. The major benefits of e-business we are going to learn now, right? Until today we have completed one benefit, so I will stop after explaining you this. First is ease of formation, lower investment required. E-business is very easy to start, relatively easy to start compared to normal business. And investment is required less. Because technology, especially internet technology, is that kind of thing which apply same with the same accuracy level to big or small businesses. There is no discrimination over there. Today in class, I gave you one example. In our Abhilasha and Arohi, both are excellent cook, and they want to start their eating outlet, collagen eating outlet. Now, initial stage, obviously, they are not going to have that kind of resources that they can purchase or take on a rent one shop, and they hire few people there and they purchase table, chairs, and start their business because it requires lots of cost, right? All these things. So what both of them are deciding, they decided, okay, let us start collagen e-restaurant. They decide their e-menu, okay? They put it on the e-platform like Zomato or Swiggy, or they can put it to the other e-medium like Insta and other things. Arohi Abhilasha's outlet, eating outlet. Okay. Now we can look into that and they're providing 25 rupees. In 25 rupees, they're providing a burger. Let's give order. Either we can go to her place and collect it, or she may have one delivery boy to do that. And from her home, with the internet, and with one good phone connection, she can start her business. With time, if her quality is good, if Abhilasha's and Arohi's dedication is good, they can earn, they can become very famous, and then they may require big place, and then they may move for collagen kind of eating outlet outside. But at initial stage, they can utilize this skill with minimum investment. Understand, one of the prime benefit of e-business is it is very easy to form and investment is very less. We will move ahead with other benefits and other part of this chapter next Saturday. I will send you a video about that on Saturday. Till then, have a good study time. Okay? Jai Hind.